And we're live, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Yes, Savannah.
Stay 2 meters away from your computer.
Oh, fuck.
Joke's on you, I have a wireless mouse and keyboard and headphones. I'm cool.
Shit, he right.
Okay.
I am technically 2 meters away from my PC. Like, the ball. That's right.
Let me just die for a sec. Hold on.
Oh, do you need me to ping? I'll just ping everyone anyway. And as promised, I will reset Amara's HP.
So we can bank ahead off of many more doorways.
Right. So, we left off last time. These guys had gone to... This...
Aaron is Baby Hands McGee.
yeah. Alistair was Baby Hands McGee.
An invigorating religious speech.
I
And
was trying to find a pigeon.
you were trying to find a pigeon, and Ard was smacking Amara's head off so many doors.
Richard, roll me a d20.
Let's roll the d20.
I'm doing it. I just have to type words. There we go.
Just. In the time it took for Nia to give her religious speech, you saw a pigeon fly by.
They're like fucking dip or land.
It was kind of even, so it could have landed somewhere nearby.
Are you gonna sprint outside and eat a pigeon?
I'm very heavily considering.
Anyway, but yeah. So we left off. You guys were in a town meeting, and
I'm not
Alistair
sure
got
I'll be in
arrested.
this town meeting anymore. Richard's gonna eat a pigeon?
okay.
Challenge rating of a pigeon.
Yeah, what's a pigeon's challenge rating, Nick?
Fuck
I
it.
don't know. What if the pigeon pulls a knife?
What if the pigeon?
Man, still not very dangerous things.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but oh no, pigeons. Unfortunately, you can adopt the form of a pigeon. Right, no. So they can adopt the form of a pigeon. Just give me a pigeon. Apparently, pigeons only exist to to some form of. Oh, pigeons exist in Acquisitions Incorporated.
Okay.
That don't exist in this D&D.
Okay, then what bird would it be? What would be a pigeon equivalent? A sky rat?
A miniature rock.
Pet rock, pet rock, pet
Bird.
rock.
I've literally just typed in bird to see what comes up. No, a cockatrice can't fly past the window.
No, everyone would be dead. Like the entire town would be having a very bad day.
Well, let's go to an encounter build and we'll do it from there.
You're already not having a great.
But even more people in town would be having a bad day.
Okay.
Maybe a sturge, a single one wouldn't be hugely dangerous.
Remember my
That's
filters
what I
now.
said about the mini strawberries that were in my liqueur.
It would count as a
And I
beast
ate one.
with a minimum. It'd have to be moderately tiny.
That's
Yeah, Raven stats
or
were.
a bat.
That's
Okay.
cute.
Okay, I'll use Raven stats. I'll custom make a pigeon after this, but you'll have a pigeon. A pigeon flew past. And just for you, for the sake of it, I will put on the board, on the map, that a solitary enemy token to say this is pigeon.
Pigeon.
It's all coming together.
Oh yeah, I've
You
connected.
can't see it, but I'm doing
Have
the evil,
connected
doing the evil
it.
finger pyramid.
I've connected the dots.
Dude, we're getting the band back together.
Ironically, I've just put the pigeon by the door. so you
I'm over there now.
might actually see him eat the pigeon.
Where that door is.
Yeah, isn't the blue line the door?
No, the blue lines are windows.
Oh Jesus.
It's because
There is no line for doors.
look, I'll throw you a line on for a door.
Nick has a door on his lighting map. We just can't see lighting isn't finished.
Have you ever tried to dynamic light an entire town?
No, because I'm not a forehead.
Right, there is your door. Okay.
How distracted is everyone in the room?
They're kind of...
Admittedly, I did give a very invigorating.
Yeah, there's a invigorating speech. There's a couple of people... There's about 7 people queued up to put their names down to host people.
They're all staying 5 feet
You know what
apart
I'm gonna do?
in their own no-no square.
How many noises on my computer? What is this? Why am I do this? Why don't you make me suffer? No, I think we're good. I think it's done making noises. We're good. Okay, we're good. While you know, acting very casual so that not to raise suspicion, I'm just gonna walk out.
Wait. Would me know how to act casual? He's not used to being a humanoid.
I know things,
I drink and I know things?
and I see all these motherfuckers walking, you know, fairly casually around.
So you're not like Mr. Beaning it out the door?
I'm literally just walking like a, you know, fairly regular, normal person. Walking.
Just thought I'd check, because, you know, you never know.
I can't literally move like diagonally, but I'm, you know, walking along the wall past other people. You know. But you know, because of D&D, because of fucking role-playing movement shit, I can't move diagonally.
Oh, it's so nice to be around people who are old enough to understand what it means to be Mr. Beaning it along the wall.
Damn, I realized I'm not very stealthy. Well, I could be stealthy. I don't know. I haven't rolled this. I haven't done checked my stealth roll ever. I'm moderately stealthy. I don't know. Who would have guessed? I am moderately stealthy.
Watch out. Ravens have a +3 to perception.
Hold on. Can we alter the stats? Because pigeons are dumb.
Okay, it doesn't have its +3.
Thank you. You could literally spring up and kick a pigeon, so I don't think they're smart enough to fucking notice you.
Right.
We did pick up that one pigeon in the shop.
What is the damage of your unarmed strike, Richard?
I don't know.
He's not gonna unarmed strike
I
you.
wasn't striking it. I was literally gonna pick it up and eat it.
No.
Fine.
I was gonna use that as, like, damage to kill it. It's only, like, 1 damage, so would have killed it anyway.
What's the point? Once you shove it in his mouth, dead or alive.
Yeah.
I don't know, you can do it.
Ironically, I just looked, and you have 2 damage, 2 bludgeoning damage to unarmed strike. So, it'd be dead.
Or,
Right.
hear me out, you could do a near, roll a nat 1 and make it a 0.
Nah, it's literally just a 2. There isn't like a plus or a minus. It's just straight 2.
Right. Roll. I'm assuming you're looking at it out the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and look at this pigeon. You know, when it's not looking at me dead on, I'm just gonna sneak out there and
Eat it.
Roll me it.
Two-handing it. Just...
Roll me it to hit.
Okay, I need to actually push the button. I don't have a button for punching. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I do have a punch button. 10.
1 second, I need to find those pigeon stats again.
I'm pretty sure pigeon doesn't have a high AC.
You'd be surprised. That actually,
Pigeon in chunky motherfucking armor.
that pigeon hops a bit further down the road.
Pigeon in heavy armor.
Yeah, that is literally a pigeon in heavy armor. That thing's gonna fail stealth checks forever.
I swear to God, I will
Alright.
cast magic missile. Don't fucking touch me. Nah, I'm not gonna use magic missile. Wait, how much does a pigeon weigh? Like, does it weigh more or less than a sword?
Less.
A lot less.
It would weigh a lot less than a sword.
This is good. So it doesn't weigh more than 10 pounds.
No!
I'd imagine it weighs less than 1
1 pound.
Excellent.
But is it wearing heavy armor?
Wonderful news. Because I have mage hand.
I got you now,
You know, Niffler from Futurama? Nibbler, sorry. Nibbler.
Yeah.
Fucking kill me. Nibbler from Futurama, he's just like things. He like shoves a whole turkey in his mouth. I picture this right now.
Oh, I'm good. Okay. So here's what's gonna happen right now. There's literally like a hand, like a glowing magic hand appears directly above the pigeon and pins it to the fucking ground.
I really want to make you roll to hit again. Just to see if you can actually hit it.
I could, if you really want.
Do it. Do it.
I have advantage because it's above its head. Don't see shit. Pigeons can't look up.
Sure.
Yeah, boy. Let me fucking click my token. Oh, no, it's select thing. That's fine. I'm stupid.
Okay, I'm back. I have another meat.
And I rolled a fucking 12.
You actually catch the pigeon.
Fuck yeah.
Catch the pigeon. Catch the pigeon.
Now that it's no longer
Catch a pigeon. Catch a pigeon.
grab it and just, look around. Is there anyone looking at me? I don't think there are any windows on those side of the building, so I'm good.
No, there's probably a window further down, but there's
If
nobody
you
looking
guys
out of it.
can Check the organizational chat for me.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's about to happen. I'm just gonna, look at this pigeon. Eat the fucking pigeon.
Okay, you have eaten a pigeon.
Wonderful.
And by the way, the challenge rating of a pigeon is 0.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And its armor class is 12.
Oh, wonderful.
That's why the 10 didn't hit.
This bitch ass.
How what is that pigeon walking around in?
Like you, right?
They just
No. We agreed that the armor class to use Raven stats. I removed its perception, but I was leaving everything else the same. A Raven has an armor class of 12.
Yep.
Add a raven. Just rename it to pigeon.
Me has now acquired, devoured, a pigeon.
Dick dastardly.
That's pretty much just what happened.
Coming out here and gifting Capture the Pigeon like that was not ready. Alright.
I just remembered it when you were singing that song.
Catch the pigeon.
Catch the pigeon. Oh, that's
It's a
beautiful.
fucking bop, dude.
Okay.
Trying to actively stop myself sounding like Motley when I laugh is now my number one course of action.
Well, there we go. I have acquired a pigeon.
Poof. Pigeon be gone.
Victorious for me.
Okay.
Now, very, very casually, wiping feathers down if needs be. Stroll on back in. Here we go. I figured out how to move diagonally. So
Does he look like a dog that's just eating something it shouldn't? He doesn't look.
I'm looking fairly smug with myself right now. That's what's happening.
As smug as an emotionless slime can look.
Hey,
You
am
did
very
growl
emotionally
for it.
As in, you have no facial emotion.
Oh god!
Have no
I can have facial emotions.
Guys, he was in drow form. He just unhinged his jaw.
Yeah,
Excuse me while I have mental breakdown number 6 of the day. His jaw unhinged like a snake. Jaw unhinged like a... Sorry, I'm sorry, you English people can't understand Canadian accents, can you?
Apparently not.
English in a funny accent's foreign to you, isn't it?
Oh dear. No, it's funny. It's you.
No man, it was a pigeon.
Okay.
I'm so proud of myself right now.
So how are you, Nia? How are you reacting to the smug drow?
I just walk out of the room. You may hear a little shuffling. I don't know. And then I just, very kind of.
Effectively, you would have noticed him walk away about 2 minutes ago, and him come back in 2 minutes later.
Is everything okay, me? You're walking much more diagonal than you.
I figured out how.
Arthur, you okay? Your third eye seems to be really wide right now. Almost as if you're looking through a wall that isn't here. shouldn't have taken a drink.
I didn't.
Okay.
You don't have it downstairs. You don't count.
I have it downstairs.
If it's outside of your rented accommodation, it does not count.
Shut up.
Okay, how we, so,
I'm just carrying on. While looking out the window. You don't need to worry about anything now, but.
okay.
I think. Do you want to do anything while you're carrying the lifeless corpse?
Okay, so, while,
I'm still carrying the
You're still carrying.
yeah.
okay, I have a suggestion for that, but I'll wait till the town meeting's over.
Do you want me to just head off now, bro?
No, there's I don't know. You gotta, pep talk them.
I don't need to pep talk anyone. I did my pep.
No, they've all effectively, the like 7 people that were willing to have put their names down.
Yeah, see? I help.
They're gonna start a fucking cult.
And,
Does
Thaddeus,
that make you happy, Aaron?
Thaddeus comes over to Nia and goes, thanks for the speech. It was a great help.
Glad I could help, even if it's just a little. His name's Thaddeus. I'm not sure what he's supposed to sound like, to be honest.
And he's effectively a fucking hobbit.
Second verse, same as the first. We gotta fucking put him in a hearse.
There's no need to quote fucking... Okay, so...
The bridge must be quoted at least once a year, so it's alright, but done already.
Okay, so Thaddeus turns around to you guys and the rest of the crowd and goes, okay, I'm gonna go back to the Horde of Refugees.
I want to do the accent again.
I can't do it. You make...
You laugh too hard, you can't do the
You
accent.
you make me laugh mid-accent, it disappears. Okay, if...
Okay. Just say potatoes.
Okay, if...
About second breakfast.
I can't do this. Right, okay. I'm gonna go back to the Horde of Refugees and tell them that we have 7 potential homes for them. If the rest of you would like to go back to your homes, those that are willing to take people, come to the square. And I suppose you adventurers should come to the square too? I swear there was more of you when we headed over here, but we'll,
Nia's gonna do a little head count, so she's gonna, like, waft her hand around going 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, there is one more of us. Where did he go? Did anyone see Alistair?
Right, so in this time, Alistair has just got somewhere.
Meanwhile, baby has
The
McGee
Legion of
over
Doom.
here.
So,
Give him too much credit, he's literally baby hands McGee.
so while all this was happening, Alistair did his daring escape plan attempted his daring escape plan, but found out that daring escape plan was not needed.
But he did do a backflip and give the guy 2 middle fingers, so really that's what matters.
Yeah, that is all that matters, really. Well, where do we begin?
Well, we can't really do anything with the mayor rolling around. So, I suppose I'll leave you here to go back to your friends, and I'll go back to that post I'm supposed to be stood at.
Yeah, almost as if standing here watching me was, not in your job itinerary.
Well, no.
So bitter about that.
We have to have day jobs, Jesus.
Okay.
Well, unless you're a really successful crime boss, in which case that is your day job.
So
Yeah, evidently they're pretty shit at their day job, innit?
he struts back off out the door back to his post in front of the town hall.
Before he strut off, I just said to him, well, I'm sure I'll see you later.
I'm sure you will. And he goes back to...
Now I'm
to his
alone
post.
in the cells, right?
Yes.
Well,
I think we're alone now.
Well, you're alone. You can hear some snoring from down the corridor, but that's about it.
Yeah, because there's that one drunk guy in there, remember?
There's one drunk guy and 2 other guys.
I want to investigate the anti-magic prison cell.
Roll investigation.
Oh shit, I forgot to do
You have to roll and look around.
Generally in D&D, you roll dice at least once.
Hold on.
You just say what you're gonna do and it happens. Problem solved.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around. What can I see? Like, that's exactly what I'm asking. Like,
You got eyes. What's your passive
What
perception?
can I see?
It's kind of dark in there. His passive perception will be a bit flawed. So do me an investigation.
Why? Wait, do you
oh
have
shit!
dark
Hold
vision?
on. Never mind. I got a +4. Hold on.
Roll that number.
Let's
If
go,
he
boys.
rolls like a -1, then you'd be high. Like
How would you roll a -4?
it's Aaron, Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only goes from 0
Not a
to 1.
point.
I'm
Okay.
not stupid enough to walk reality.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
It wouldn't surprise me if it happened.
Okay. So here's what happens. You walk back into the cell. This time you're not locked in. The,
Yeah, I know.
the cage is still well open. And you look around, and bars on 3 out of the 4 walls. The other wall's a concrete wall. Majority of the cell looks perfectly normal. There's somewhere for you to lie and sleep. It's a stone floor, so it's not very comfortable. And there's metal bars. However, when you look up, there seems to be some sort of bronze fixture in the ceiling with a gem in the middle of it.
Ooh, pretty. How high up is the ceiling?
Oh, he's gonna touch that.
The ceiling, the room, the cage you're in, is effectively 10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot.
10 foot tall. You're kind of short. Yeah.
I'm
Grow
looking
some
so-
legs. 10 foot tall. 10 foot tall.
Become a Goliath. It's fine.
just shapeshift into a fucking Goliath.
Or you could just get on to come lift you on
They're
your
a race.
shoulders.
They're large. It's fine.
I mean, isn't like the whole thing about being a change thing that you can't really edit your height that much? I don't know.
You just made yourself have midget arms.
Yeah, you just give yourself baby hands, so really
Okay,
just work with
fine.
it.
Can your boy shapeshift and be taller then?
Grow some legs.
Grow some legs. Grow some legs.
Add more leg onto your current leg.
Yep.
Download leg.exe.
Yep.
Acquire leg extension.
Is that allowed, Nick?
Give me a second.
Now stick.
I'll allow it.
Fuck yeah. Okay. I want to use my thieves. I want to use my thieves to wait. No. First off,
Pull the thing out. Just try with the
Arcana.
fingers.
Arcana check on it.
What is this bitch?
Roll with disadvantage.
Oh no! What?
Again. Roll again.
That's fine.
How about get fucked, mate?
We're going on an adventure. How about
Disadvantages.
How about you're a wanker?
You try to sense magic, but you can't.
Okay, I use my thieves tool to like try and get the
yoink
gem.
that bitch.
Yoink it.
Yoink that bitch.
I need this.
Give me a second. Thieves.
How stuck into the ceiling is it? Is it just like glue or is there some duct tape?
Do you know what would be? It. See, using I'm trying to figure out what he needs to roll for this.
Sleight of hand, I guess.
Thieves tool proficiency roll thing?
That's what I was thinking, but I don't know what. I can't see the proficiency roll.
It's his roll plus proficiency.
Oh yeah, just a d20 plus 2 then. Unless you d20 plus 2. Unless you are more than proficient in the thieves tools, which I don't think you are. You're just proficient.
Let me check.
No, it's just proficiencies. So you're just proficient. So plus 2. By the way, in the time that he's doing this, you guys are.
Oh, you saw that? That was a 20 and it rolled backwards.
And then it wasn't. You got up one.
So you use your tools to try and pry it free, but it just seems to rotate. So you can see that it's not like fixed too tightly into the brass holding, but you weren't able to get it free this time.
This time. Can I try it again?
Just keep trying until you succeed.
I take a shaky breath, and your boy wants to try that again.
Okay.
Yay!
Again, the what now seems to be like a crystal sphere spins in its holder.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's new knowledge. So now, on this third attempt, I should be able to get it.
You get it loose, but it cracks slightly.
Get that, mate.
Be very careful. Don't break the bridge.
I am very, very careful. Is it loose? Does that mean I can just
No,
pull it out?
you've got it free.
Okay, good.
Just in getting it free, it cracked slightly.
You fucking chipped it, Joe.
Wow, good job,
Wow.
Bullhead.
Fuck. Okay, I put it in my bag.
Okay, I'll add the item in a second.
Okay, beautiful.
Well, actually, no.
Now I'm just...
Add a unidentified item for me
Mysterious.
because you don't know what it is. So it will get. I will put the actual item in.
I'll just remember that I have it. Because like,
Oh my god! Do you not know how to add an unidentified item?
I can't be bothered to add an item. That's the fact of the matter.
He's too drunk already. He's had like one mojito.
I've had 3 mojitos.
It's a mojito.
There you go.
Yeah.
Unidentified item 10.
I've had 225 mils of Bacardi, and it's lovely.
Huh. I wonder where he got that. Oh no, he stole that from there. Oh, I forgot you had fucking Moken's tooth in your bag.
Uh-huh.
Do you forget that the way you introduced me to Aaron was he also collects teeth?
True.
Oh shit, I can't just like leave the cell if there's a guard there.
Good, but you're kind of tall right now, so.
Yeah, you've got like Coco Gadget.
Right. Other guys move to this point in the field.
Let everyone else go on your way out, be an asshole.
Everybody else can move to this point.
I just faced with the wall, it's fine.
The mayor will be a little bit further ahead with his
He's pretty speedy for a short boy.
with his s-
Hey Nick.
with his.
Nick.
1 second. I'm just making sure because I said 7 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah.
200% Nears with Odd trying to make sure he doesn't hit Mara's head off anything.
Oh, door.
Okay.
It's not my character.
What am I rolling? Yeah, D20.
Just a solid D. Yeah, it was a dex.
Oh, Dex, okay.
So -1.
Plus 2, dude.
And she doesn't hit her head off the door when you come out the school. Right. What are we doing, Aaron?
Doing better.
Smacking your head off the door.
Can you describe the prisoners to me? All 3 of them.
The far one that is on his own is a drunk. He's in there on his own. He's what seems to be passed out. In what seems to be a puddle of drool or something.
Pissed himself.
Or puke, one of the two. These two, from how they're dressed like regular commoners, so it's unclear to you exactly how or why they're in there.
I go up to the bars. What are you in for?
Some light robbery.
Some light robbery? What are you trying to steal?
Layers in weight or layers in?
They were trying to steal a toy.
Food. We literally just got into town and we're hungry.
Oh,
Wow, they kind of suck.
yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Are you both in for the same offence?
Yes. The other one kind of just nods along.
Well, sucks to be you, I guess.
And here we were, thinking Aaron was going to free people.
Why would Aaron do that?
Roll me a stealth, Aaron.
His alignment's chaotic butthole. Like,
Touche.
what's wrong for him?
This is all the
Shit,
truth.
what's myself again? Hold on. Ah, fuck.
You get out of the building, but the guard clocks you as you close the door.
Okay, so am I like back?
Yeah, so the door's about there. I'll put another purple line so we know where that door is. So this guard clocks you and he's like, and comes up to you going, who are you?
These are not the droids you're looking for.
What are droids?
These are not the Warforged you're looking for.
I'm this. How do you not know me? I came in with your compatriot.
You're the
chief cell. I'm the chief cell inspector.
you were roll persuasion.
I'm rolling deception, bitch.
That's fair.
Fair. It's
And I'm rolling
effective.
deception with advantage because your boy. Is
No, you're
currently-
not rolling with advantage.
No, I am because fucking
Aaron.
changeling boy. I've got long legs, which means that I am changing
Aaron.
my appearance.
Aaron, you would have had to declare. You would have had to declare your change before the conversation. Whereas,
You know I've got long legs.
yeah,
I
so
didn't declare that.
you didn't clear the fact that you didn't change your long legs. So you presently still have long legs.
Yeah, I know. Which means
Also,
that I'm guessing
you do not know.
You
That does not give you advantage on
have
a
advantage
on a
on
dis.
any deception check you make to avoid detection.
Fair.
Aaron, don't make him roll a D1, which is I'm the DM and I said so.
I'll let him off this once.
I was gonna say we had enough of that last session. Alright, I'm gonna stop drinking mojitos.
Good job.
Yeah.
Roll your deception.
Oh yeah.
Or you fudged that
Do you
one
now see why I needed the advantage?
because you're drunk rolling. Okay. So he looks at you and goes, "But weren't you in cuffs? Weren't you tied up when he brought you in?"
Tied up? No, good sir. You are mistaking my long arms for cufflinks of some sort. Did I look
don't
like
have
I was?
You have long legs.
Did I look like I was in manacles?
No, I suppose I didn't see no manacles.
But what about
Exactly.
second manacles, says the guard.
Okay, will that be all, or can I be on my way?
Roll me a persuasion. No advantage.
Yeah, I don't get advantage
Yeah.
on persuasion.
Just give me one persuasion roll.
I'll
You-
take it.
You can walk away. You meet the group where these people are because these people are about to move.
I've also still got stilt legs.
He's got. Wait. So how are you walking? Are you like crouched down with your knees by your ears, sort of walking, or are you like Inspector Gadget,
Right.
looking long legs walking around the place?
Right, so you're Inspector Gadget walking. So everyone else moves to here. Which I can just... That. Oh, where did Renee's tokens go?
Right here.
Yeah, forehead.
Oh, they magically brought back. So as you guys reach that point, you see Kip striding towards you.
Alistair being a fucking forehead with 20-foot legs.
Yeah.
No! You guys!
Beer is
you
going to
put
land.
on this-
the most weighty, disappointed sigh this side of the river. Like, she is done. She's just like, oh no.
Why are you tall?
What is wrong with your legs?
Would you like me to repeat that, Aaron?
Okay, I fucking died. Sorry.
Get
Yeah,
that
repeat
G
that.
from the NBA.
So both Richard and Renee repeat what you said.
Why are you so tall?
What the hell happened to your legs?
Hey guys, did you know they have a stilt shop here?
Roll deception.
Roll a deception against the fucking party. Do I get my advantage?
No, you will
know,
get.
No, I feel like he should get his advantage, but I would like to have more than my passive perception for doubting his.
No. No. He will roll with advantage. You just have to beat what he rolls in insight.
Oh, I have a plus two.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I have an inside
Oh
roll?
fuck.
I have a minus insight.
So you have to beat 18 to discover whether he's lying.
Okay.
Okay, so I basically have to roll a 20.
Richard.
Fuck!
Richard knows you're bullshitting.
Like, I know you're lying.
But the question is, will he say anything about it?
Like, I'm just gonna kind of narrow my
Okay.
eyes at you.
So me can tell completely that you are lying and that you are not
Nia
using
knows
stilts.
He's a changeling, so he knows this. So, like,
Nia knows you're a changeling, so technically she shouldn't have had to roll.
Yeah.
Nia's. I feel like Nia's role was more for, am I gonna believe that he's trying to bullshit everyone else?
Am I
Yeah.
gonna believe he's actually wearing stilts? Is that stupid?
Am I gonna believe he's actually trying to fake out you guys?
Okay, okay. So hers is to believe that he's tricking everyone else and whether she's stupid.
Yeah, she's stupid.
I'm stupid.
And however, Richard can see
The
point.
Jane still those are his go-go gadgets.
Yeah.
Like,
Me can see straight through the deception. Knows that there is definitely something up with Alistair now. Whether he wants to bring this up to the rest of the group is entirely Richard's.
Can I change, like, the coloration of my body? That's in the changeling, right?
Yeah, but if you do that right now, you will be rolling deception again.
No, because if your boy got stilt legs and they are currently concealed, I can change the color of my legs and then, like, pull my trousers up and you can see
Here's
that.
the problem.
Like,
Here's the problem. How long were your pants in the first place?
Yeah.
they were stretchy pants.
No.
oh no. As a
wearing
full
fucking
lady,
hot
I
pants
can
now.
tell you those don't work. You're wearing knee-high cropped trousers. Alright.
Well, fuck.
And even then, Odd still thinks you're wearing stilts.
Well, I just doesn't care enough to look that closely.
Yeah. Ard's opinion is Ard's like, I
Yeah.
can't hit it, so I'm not gonna bother looking too closely at
Yeah,
it.
these are some
I feel like,
realistic looking
Nick,
leg
you're
stilts.
inviting some serious issues if you say Ard can't hit it, because he's just gonna turn around and say, "Watch me." Alright, and then he's gonna hit it, and then Aaron will have one leg.
It's more that he just looks at it and it's like standard human.
This is standard human bollocks.
He's like the Wii Fit board, just measuring, done. He's just like, doesn't look like a normal human. We're good.
So,
It got a leg, it human.
is me going to say anything at this point in time?
Kind of like, look at him, just narrows his eyes slightly and carries on.
He's gonna give
Okay.
him a stank eye.
Like, gonna look at him, like, really suspicious, like, for a second. And then go back to completely fucking chipper face.
Okay.
Me will remember that.
Nia's
Hey,
still angry about the dogs I killed that one time.
Speaking of which, slime guy, can I talk to you in private?
I'm gonna kind of tilt my head and just like, okay. That hurt my throat that time. What the fuck?
Right.
Forehead.
Alistair can lead the way to wherever you want to go.
Let's just, I don't know, let's just bounce over this alleyway, I guess.
Don't go back to the fucking prison cell.
Oh yeah. Let's
That's
balance.
the way to the prison.
Let's balance this alleyway.
There we go.
Okay, so considering they're heading in the same general direction as the rest of you guys can walk a bit further forward. Probably to about here.
Wave hi to the rest of those nerds as we're going along.
There we go.
Okay, so first off, I shrink my legs down to being normal.
I'm just gonna kind of, narrow my eyes again, tilt my head, just like, where'd your stilts go?
Forehead.
Well, you know how you've got a magical storage? I've got a magical storage of my own. I can store all the legs.
Damn. Why don't you have like 4 legs by now?
I do, but they're all in my magical storage. However, you see my conundrum here, my dear friend. I can only store legs. I need to ask a favor of you.
Okay.
You know all those gems that you swallowed on the ship?
Yeah, they were shiny.
Think you can keep hold of one for me?
You're not getting it back. I give you fair warning, Aaron. If you have him hold that, you're not getting it back.
Like, it may or may not disappear forever.
Yeah, well,
Can I think for a second, just like, I guess I could.
cool. Sounds good, man. Keep it a secret from the rest of the rest of the group, though. I wouldn't want them to, get involved in our glorious treasures.
Gotta hide the shiny.
Oh my
Yes.
god, guys, he's turning into a click-clack person.
Yes, I hide the
Mine now.
I hide the legs, you hide the shinies. Sounds good. Okay, I pull out the anti-magic crystal and...
You don't know it's that.
Well, yeah.
Most likely is.
I pull out the crystal from the cell and I give
Wait,
it
did
to
you
him.
just ask the magical being to eat an anti-magic crystal?
It'll be fine. He can still shapeshift.
It'll go into his pocket dimension, so it won't affect him.
That's not how that works, hon, but
Don't
sure.
worry about it.
After all, a pocket
I've been,
dimension is magic!
I have eaten like 12 whole drow at this point. It's fine.
Yep. So I hand it to you to eat.
Okay. How big is this thing, Nick?
Not very big. About the size of a marble.
This size?
About the size of a marble.
Makes it much easier. I'm just gonna straight up swallow it. I don't even have to unhinge my jaw anymore. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
These 10 heads.
You don't even know
You've
what's
gone,
going on.
you've gone past 4 heads.
If it works,
Fucking
then it works.
10 heads.
Who you calling Pinhead? So anyway, awesome. And yeah, keep this between us. We're gonna be magical storage buddies.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so you guys come back out. The rest of the party can move to about here.
Wander back over to those.
These guys have progressed a little bit further down.
Oh no, I'm walking through a wall. Don't worry about it. I'm doing
Wait,
it.
I can't believe you've done this. Came out to have a good time, man. This is not a good time.
Ah, beautiful. Right, so rest of the party can catch up to about here then now. So they can join. And you could probably cast baby jail. I'm just gonna... Everybody can meet up at this point here. Well, they're too busy having that chat. Religion jail if you weren't careful. I mean, I can point you in the direction of church if you really want.
I'm gonna send you to religion jail, buddy. Just do it. Wait, isn't my fucking... Isn't my spectral weapon just a big sign that says don't?
Yep.
Yep.
Was, yeah.
I would like to summon my spectral weapon and then give Alistair, you know, that I'm watching you eyes?
Mm.
Like, just the holding it and then just doing that I'm watching you with the big don't sign. Yeah, I'd like to do that, please. And obviously she's small, so she doesn't look that threatening, so...
Fair. Fair. She does that.
Even though she has +5 to intimidation, but we're not going to talk about that.
She does it. It's perfectly fine.
Okay, I look at Nia, and I just smile.
Just that. I don't know what you're on about.
Right.
Just
Hey,
don't.
Ard, is this bitch dead or?
Yeet!
I've got over this before. She's not dead. Well, she wasn't the last time I checked. 2 hours ago.
2 hours is a long time, my guy.
Give her a little shake, buddy, see if she snores.
I'm not sure giving her a shake.
It's fine!
Real close, see if she's breathing. It's fine.
I've got 4 spell slots to heal her with, don't even worry about it.
You check, and I'll just, like, kind of throw her onto Nia.
Wait, you're throwing her onto Nia?
Can I
Oh.
get strength?
Okay, we're gonna get a strength on... Yeah, what are you...
I'd assume catch it, I'm not gonna let it
Okay.
smack straight off the floor.
Can I get a strength roll from both of you, please?
Need I remind you all I have that -1 to strength?
It's fine.
Oh, but 16's not bad.
Okay. She doesn't actually... Ard manages to limit how hard he throws her and actually just kind of just gently pushes her in your direction. And you're somehow able to keep her upright.
Could you imagine if I'd have, like, spiked her like, like an American football? Just
The nat 20.
welcomed Nia to the Space Jam. Nia 4-foot crater in the floor. And then, can I just see if she's breathing? Are you gonna make me medicine check on her?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I thought so.
You know this, Renee. If you mention a check, you have to roll the check.
Does it breathe?
The thought briefs. But you can just... with that check, you can just about tell
So
she's
Just
breathing.
about breathing.
You can just about tell she's fine.
Nia's gonna gently kind of put her on the floor, give everyone a thumbs up, and go, "We're good."
Can I do a backflip and give thumbs up?
I'm just gonna give like a...
Sure.
Oh,
Roll me a dex.
very good with someone that we were traveling.
Hey, that's an acrobatics, boy.
Well, roll me an acrobatics. They're the same thing, dipshit.
No, they're not. Not for me, they aren't.
You land the backflip. Or the flip, whichever one you wish to do.
Backflip, obviously. That's a little trick I picked up in Stilts shop.
Roll a deception.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
And everybody else roll a perception. First of all,
Fucking nat 20, this boy. Okay, that's good enough, I guess.
unnatural 20.
Unnatural 23.
Richard didn't hear jail. Nia didn't hear... Me didn't hear jail. Me didn't hear jail. Nia didn't hear jail. I'd heard jail!
It's like, bitch! It's so
Boy!
funny
Stop
without
it! It's a fucking -1! My score's still higher, fuck off!
That's a nat 20 though. That's a nat 20.
Yeah.
I'd
So he may or may not.
I didn't even say jail. I said j. Like
he hurt.
When you say jail, he was like, I know exactly.
Still shot.
He was like, I heard somebody was having a party without me.
So I'd heard you start to say jail before you said stilt shot.
Yeah,
No,
he
it comes
did,
down
but
to
he's
his-
gonna choose to ignore it.
Okay.
Now it comes down to his intelligence.
He just said he ignores it.
That doesn't count.
Okay, never mind.
I'd literally give 0 fucks. If it's not about, you know, throwing a party member, it's alright.
Okay, so yeah,
I was sent here to follow Nia and kick ass.
Yeah. he was sent to help Nia.
So he's following you. The second there is man's on his own, he's off.
Yeah, second
Wait,
there's
then-
ass to kick, you're on your own, nerd.
I mean, wait until he follows you into a costume shop.
Wait until he follows me into the bathroom would be the most unnerving one.
Also, just to go back to a conversation me and Richard and Aaron were having last night. The only quest that Aaron is here for is to acquire wares the same as his staff.
Legit.
So Aaron is on a tag along just as much as me is.
Aaron's here to get staff? Do you mean Staphylococcus or staff? Just checking.
Well, I mean,
Apparently
my
better
character
friends like
quite like myself is pansexual, so
So he looking for staff?
looking for both kinds of staff.
Don't get the first kind of staff, bud. Staphylococcus is no joke. Wash your hands, kids.
Hey, brought to you by Biology.
Biology. If it's dead, we don't care.
Right, while you guys have been stood around, these guys have actually made their way back over to the podium of doom.
I'm going to point over to them very dramatically. Just like, you've been left behind!
Oh, and I'm gonna give you one chance to do this, bud. Throw me.
Gotta catch up. Gotta catch up.
Well, one of us can catch up. I'll pick up me and just eat him over there.
I'm not dead set on throwing the cleric yet.
Well,
Throw my arms in the air and just
at this point, you've got a dog, so throwing the cleric might also get the dog to bite him.
I would have just
Unless
given
you-
Ghost a pat and been like, don't worry about it, bro,
Unless
I'll
you
be back.
throw the cleric on the dog.
Okay.
You have to lift both.
Yeah. Okay, Nick.
Yeah.
Can I cast Mage Hand to pet Ghost?
Yes, you can.
Yay! I cast
Hey,
Mage
why
Hand.
don't you get permission? I thought I was supposed to give permission.
Oh yeah, you get to give the permission.
Well, no, I'm casting Mage Hand. Your boy's casting a rogue Mage Hand.
Like, just mage hand appears above the dog and pets the dog.
Yeah. I mean, Nia can like fall
I
out
don't-
with me.
I don't
Nia
think
can
I
like.
take
They're
party to that.
all animals. They know.
I mean, yeah, because you can attack the Mage Hand, won't you?
Fucking slap it.
Yeah, Nia's gonna give, like, you know, a little smack. Like, not a proper wham.
But just a little.
Roll.
Get away from my dog.
Do you really want me to roll an arm strike, Aaron?
No, I'm
No.
kidding.
You asked for it, bud. I'm coming out here with unarmed strike.
How far does the mage hand fly? Or Aaron. I mean, I don't know if you're just hitting him instead.
I'm hitting Aaron.
Okay.
I mean, you've got to roll to hit first.
Yeah, he has a point there.
Oh, do you want me to roll the hit, like, properly?
Roll to hit.
Okay, hold on.
Roll that unarmed strike.
Oh, it was a... No. Miss.
You rolled
It's
it.
not, it's not anything Nia's not known for, to be fair.
Yeah, you kind of stumble and
Just smack him in your neck.
you kind of stumble. Almost hit. You kind of stumble, almost hit hard, but because it wasn't a nat 1, you don't hit hard.
Sick.
Can I roll an acrobatics to high five her as she tried to slap me?
Turn that slap into a high.
Sure.
See, I'm wondering one thing now.
He rolls a nat 20. I'm
How
gonna...
do I fly?
Right. Right. you high five her. Let's get back to the throwing of the ball of slime.
Fuck you.
Yeah, he's a natural drown.
Yeah, he's a
I
drow.
currently have legs.
We threw a drow, bud.
You just picked up and threw a drow.
Two.
Not trying
Funny.
to stop this.
Right, he'll throw you 50 feet if he rolls 10. Another 5 foot for every number above 10.
Damn.
Okay.
Roll that strength.
So
Oh,
roll
that's
strength.
right.
Not that much. It's fine.
12.
So
Maybe you threw him 150 feet. He said 50 foot for every.
no, I said 5 foot for every
Oh,
other foot.
Sorry.
So-
50 feet.
Milan,
Sorry.
Milan's
While I'm flying through the air,
Milan's here.
I'm gonna throw my arms up and shout "we," and I'm gonna try and do like a combat roll up into like that gymnastic thing when I land.
Do me an acrobatics.
Okay, do I have the button? Acrobatics, where the fuck are you? Yes, I do. I don't know.
You
Stick the landing.
you roll, but end up face down on the floor.
Okay.
So it's not quite.
Thumb up and I'm good.
Just as you stand up, anybody that I don't know if your shape shifting works like this, but anybody that is looking at you just sees your face has been like scraped downwards a little bit.
Fine, don't worry about it.
So you might want to readjust that when no one's
There's
looking.
no one around. It's back. It's fine. I'll put it back. It's fine. Put that shit back. It's fine. No one's around.
Put the thing back where it came from, or so help me.
So what?
Okay, can we make our way over there now?
While they're kind of wandering over here, I'm gonna continue wandering over there now. I have to catch up.
As you get closer to the mayor, you hear him going, "Okay, I have a handful of people that are willing to have people let people into their homes. However, I'm pretty sure they're only willing to take the necessary children, family, and one person at a time. So unfortunately, the rest of you are going to need to go camp out on the green."
Sorry.
At this point, is this?
That's the real question. Did I leave Altair? No, not Altair. Amara. That's the one.
I haven't even left yet. I'm just kind of standing there looking around, like, wait, where is everyone?
You guys zoned out for a second.
He zoned out after hearing something about jail.
Hey, he threw me after that. It's fine.
Throw you then zone.
Threw a drow. I kind of zoned out a bit. Now he's over here.
Okay, you do notice that there is at least a sizable chunk of people missing from the square as well.
Yeah, where's that chunk gone?
Oh god, Roger's still here, lads. It's alright.
Roger, by this point, is probably stood outside here, just looking in the window.
He stood outside the tavern going, "Let me in! Let me in!"
No, actually, if you would, you can sort of see. You can actually see he's looking in this window of a bookstore.
He just wants to read. He wants to sit down and go read. He doesn't want to do this anymore.
Has Mayor Thaddeus finished his thing?
Roger's aged like 40 years. Just being at least one little festival.
Thaddeus, by this point, is saying, "Okay, they'll be stood over by the general store, well, the grocery store. If people could go over there, they'll tell you who
Nick
can go where."
actually forgot how to speak English.
Yeah, I did. It's fine. They'll tell you where to go if you just go over to the group of people over there. Just this little horde here just migrates.
Kind of trying to figure out who's living in what house.
Whereas the rest of them are like, "Oh, well, there's not much hope for all of us. We're just gonna head over here."
want to talk to Thaddeus as soon as he steps off the podium.
Okay, let me just move these people.
She's just moving all the tokens over there.
There.
Wherever they need to be.
Small camp over there.
All around the campfire.
And as they've moved, he comes down. This guy's probably fecked off up in this direction. This guy's just here.
Yeah, that guy called Robert. Whoever that guy is.
One of the owners of the taverns.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Ah, Mayor Thaddeus. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, this isn't going to be like was it a woman from earlier? I can't tell these days.
Sorry. I know this is an incredibly inappropriate time, but I can see you're a man of taste. Please do tell me, where do you get your clothes tailored?
He literally,
I
he
would like to secure some for myself.
he literally points in front of him to this store over here.
Fucking close to it, across the way.
The tailor is just
Really?
over there.
Really? Such elegant clothes from a simple tailor?
He's a good tailor.
Are you just gonna shit on someone's job because they're not in a big fancy house? Wow, classic.
Ah, no, okay. Fair enough. Thank you for that knowledge. I'm glad to have met you.
Never
Ju-
expected the
ju-
man to be
ju-
classic.
Just to point out, Thaddeus was wearing a very nicely tailored suit.
Yeah, I gathered.
He's a suit wearing boy.
I would have pissed myself there and Nick went, he's wearing like a potato sack and slippers.
We're wearing complete rags. He's in
man's rocked up in a potato sack and a pair of slides, like.
Okay. Cool.
What will you do with this new
Cool,
novel?
cool.
However, it is now roughly 7 in the evening.
Have I got time to go to the clothier before it shuts?
You can wander over and I can tell you whether it's shut or not.
Okay.
Do they close at 7 or do they close at
Legolas, what do your elf eyes see? Like,
This one over here,
it literally is labelled Aaron.
it is closed.
What time does it have like an opening schedule?
Is there a timetable on the
He says he closes at 6:30 and opens at 9.
Well, fuck.
Also, you know this one's...
Is there anyone in the shop?
Oh my god.
Can you press your nose against the window and see?
From what you can tell, there's a light on in the back.
Can I knock on the window?
You can knock on the window.
I knock on the window.
There is no response.
I knock louder on the.
There is again no response.
An asshole customer.
I knock louder on the window.
I would kill you if I were at work. I think I'd absolutely lamp you.
No, if there's no response this time, I'll call the knocking on the window.
Yeah, it broke.
A smartly dressed old man comes out of where you can see the light coming from, and mouths at you, "We are closed," and then goes back to
Fuck off.
into the back room.
Can anyone see me?
Not too well, no.
Can I shapeshift into the mayor?
Literally, we can see you.
Yeah, the party.
Well, no, okay, no. That defies my question.
Wait,
My
Richard,
question is,
Richard,
can
Richard,
anyone see me? You
Richard.
said not well.
It's a wait, no, it's a dimly lit area. It'd be a dimly lit area. It's the town fucking square. So I'm pretty sure if these guys have fucking dark vision, they can see you.
Oh wait, is it dark vision time, bro?
It's dim light, so.
Look,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
the
they
question
can't see
is,
you.
can they see me? That,
No.
like, you know.
If it's dim light, then yes, I can.
So me can see you.
Yeah,
But me
it-
already knows you're on a crime spree, to be honest.
It all depends on if they're actually looking at me as well. Like, I doubt they're all just there, sat in like a little curve, like just watching
just
me
like
from afar.
we're just staring at you. It's fine.
What are you trying to do?
Well, you'll see.
He's trying to pretend to be the mayor. Obviously.
Yeah. So I knock on the window again, now looking like the mayor.
The old guy does not leave the back room.
He doesn't care. He still thinks it's the asshole.
Fuck's sake. I lockpick the door.
Roll sleight of hand. Actually, no. Thieves' tools with your... roll your thieves' tools. Boom.
Fuck. That would have been better.
Unlock the door.
Well, you're effectively trying to break in somewhere. Apparently you broke in. But roll me a stealth, please.
Oh my fucking god, he actually broke in.
I'm not trying to roll. I'm not trying to be stealthy.
Man's just gonna.
The mayor is right behind you.
Yeah, the mayor is like fucking. I don't even know. how behind
This
you.
guy is in the back.
The
and
mayor
if
is
this-
80 feet behind you.
If
Alright.
this area, look, if this area is dimly lit, okay, this boy isn't gonna see the mayor all the way over there unless he specifically goes.
The whole plaza is dimly lit. You can affect...
There.
The whole plaza is dimly lit. You can effectively see from one side of the plaza to the other.
You literally just said that none of them over there could see me shapeshift. So
I said...
It's dark vision time, bro.
I said dimly lit. Richard picked up on it.
The whole point of me going for the plan was the fact that that I assumed it would be a condition that no one would be able to see what I'm doing.
He hasn't been out of his store to put out his light on the outside yet.
Okay. Well, I shouted. No, I cast minor illusion to make an auditory sound of the mayor's voice, because you know your boy is not good at impressions.
You're a changeling.
Yep, and the mayor's voice says, "Sorry to bother you so late. I need a suit made. I need it done in 2 days' time. Okay, thank you. Go about the rest of your business. I'll lock your door now."
Roll me a deception.
And it's got advantage. Fucking love being a team.
But wait, why have you got advantage when you didn't change your voice? You used the
Yeah,
spell.
You used minor illusion. You didn't change your voice.
Yeah, but because I've changed my
No.
appearance.
You...
Nah, he's
No.
not looking at you.
He's not looking at you. Like...
Okay, whatever.
Bop. Well, apparently, this guy is, he kind of goes back going, "It's unlike you to break into the store, Thaddeus. I'll have the suit made."
Unlike you, as if he's done it on prior occasions.
Look, everyone's a kid at some point in their life, and this guy was old.
I feel like Thaddeus at some point sprinted in there, like dove through a window.
No, it would have been a... No, it's not like you, meaning Thaddeus normally turns up 5 minutes before he closes, asking for suits. Not, "Oh, it's closed, I'm just going to use this fucking set of skeleton keys and let myself in."
Yeah, you fucking did it. And now he shut the
What
door.
kind of asshole customer?
Yep.
I don't quite feel the best for Aaron impersonating him now.
I change appearance back to Kip and meander towards the party again.
The party want to say
Well,
anything?
guys, I think that everything's gonna be alright.
Right.
And then the
Just, except for that pigeon. I mean, what?
What's a pigeon?
As you say that, a couple fly overhead.
They are a common occurrence. Not fun.
Can I want them down?
In the middle of a fucking town.
No.
In Peckett Wreck.
Roll to hit then.
Oh shit. So I'm guessing I'm using my short bow.
You said shoot down.
Pull out your short bow to shoot the pigeons, and
You miss.
idiot a rogue.
And Thaddeus at this point looks over, sees you pull a bow, watches the arrow go up. The pigeons have already flown past at this point, and just kind of looks at you, shaking his head.
Sorry, man. That was a misfire.
The bow. You have to effectively pull back and
Uh,
effectively pull that out.
Nia's kind of gonna go, like, real close and just go,
Please don't do that again. We'd hate to get in trouble here.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that would be awful. I mean, ugh.
Yeah,
No
where
one
does the
can
arrow
trouble
land?
me.
For,
Can I have it?
what goes up must come down, buddy.
Because you said that, Ard, it lands about 2 feet in front of you.
It lands in front of you.
Oh,
The-
cool! My arrow. I just picked my arrow back up.
The mayor kind of strolls past.
Nia's gonna go quickly intercept him. Fucking where did you disappear off to? Pull him back over, you poor Eddie.
Fucking
Teleport
zoom.
behind you, nothing
He's got like
personal.
700 ping. Bring him back.
He fucking rock lead you.
Like, what fucking
Man, fucking rock lead you.
man turned into Sonic. Just like...
Well, his suit is blue.
So Nia's gonna go. Sorry, hold on.
We're not even gonna stop laughing first, and then
She's gonna say,
Excuse me, but where's the church in this town?
When the DM has to. Oh, okay. That's the church. I found the church.
the DM lost the church.
Look, when you get to the cap. Oh God, no, that was a. That was
What the fuck?
that was a. I was on the wrong layer. Moved the map.
Bye, Rich. See you in a sec.
Just does a quick scan to make sure there's like literally only the one church. Okay. Go to the butcher's, which is just a building away from.
It's okay, Nia can read.
point arm.
Yeah, he points. It's just over there, pointing over here for the. What?
Give you the directions to the church.
And if you go down the road next to it, you should be able to find the church.
Thank you. Have a nice night. We'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you soon.
I realized how creepy that sounded. Stop.
Like, he continues strolling off.
Nia is the very helpful cleric-y person that made people sign up to the thing. So
Well, yeah, he thanks you for your assistance and then goes for.
Really thank me for my assistance, don't worry.
No, he thanks again, and then heads home.
So he's gonna take a few steps back and be like,
Guys, I'm gonna go to the church. You can come with me if you want. I'm gonna go check if Roger wants to come.
Wait.
goodbye, foreheads.
What waits for everybody's lack of response.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give a thumb up, like
Wait, response to what?
asking if they want we want to join her in the church.
Oh yeah, I want to join you in the church. After the day I've had, I really need to cleanse myself of sins.
Okay. Well, Nia's gonna waddle up to Roger and be like,
Sorry to disturb you when you're looking at books. But did you want to come to the church with me?
Sure. Not sure where the church is here, so you'll have to lead the way.
I think I can manage that. I just got directions.
Okay, I'll follow along.
I guess so.
We're gonna end up in like some butcher's somewhere.
And what does Ard smell like today then? Considering I just heard the vape.
Oh, Dr. Pepper.
Ooh, spicy.
Waddling super fast.
So everybody's just going to the to the church.
Nia's
To the
fucking
butcher, what
taking
is
off
this?
at a full sprint, man.
Everyone else followed Nia, and I kind of just like I'm being left behind. I'm just gonna
As you pass what's the now encampment of people, you hear chatter, you see campfires, and you hear the occasional song being sung.
Ugh. Gross. Where's
Wait,
the
wait, wait.
door?
Nick, where are the campfires? Where are the campfires?
That's the door to the church. I'll throw a line down now.
He wants to know where the campfire is. He got distracted.
That'll be the door to the church.
Nick, where are the campfires?
You what? Oh, okay. So the campfires will have been probably one here, and probably one here.
Okay, hold on. Hold the fucking phone.
Oh my god. Aaron's doing dumb shit.
Right. So you guys can pause where you are.
Yeah.
I want to cast Control Flames.
Oh my god.
Okay. To do what?
I just want to make some cool shit in the flames, like some dragons and shit.
For the kids
I wanna-
that may
I
or
want
may
to
not
put
know.
on this show. I want to put on the show for the kids.
Okay. So as you control the flames, the people at the other campfires change their attention and start looking.
Am I gonna become like, oh, okay, let's go, boys?
Also, now roll me a performance.
Fuck you. Oh,
How
that was
trash
15.
is your fire dragoning?
I don't know. I want it to be really good now. I want to be like revered as like.
The fire.
Ooh.
It's
Right.
alright.
Now, roll me. Let's have a look at your sheet. It'd be history, nature. Roll me a history.
What? Why?
Not. Well, roll me an intelligence.
What kind of show are you?
Nat 1.
That's the same as history.
I know because it's based off the same stat. It's for your knowledge of a dragon. To see if you can. You may have. You yeah, but it could be slightly off on your knowledge. It's a mediocre dragon, but your control of the fire is near enough perfect.
Your boy doing this to like gather a crowd and have fun with the locals.
And then, loot them. But.
We don't think about that.
So you're now.
If they like him, then they want him to
So,
do shit.
so you have a. You're doing your fire performance while the others are at the church. So what's happening over at the church?
Who's this guy?
That
That's odd.
happens to be a guy in a potato sack that seems to be living outside the church.
So that's odd part 2 electric boogaloo.
That's Count Hobo.
The town ho-ho.
Are you okay there, Aaron, drawing magical orange circles of doom?
Yeah, this is the fire. This is the fire pit. It's now been expanded, and we making cool flame shit.
Nia's gonna go over and she's gonna give him, why not? YOLO. She's gonna give him 3 gold. She's a good noodle.
He kind of looks at you in disbelief,
Just have a bunch of fucking money.
and he kind of says thank you and walks away. So
Thanks, boy. Sprints off.
Nia is a good noodle.
To the baby.
What church is this a church of?
there is no defining symbol for the church.
Ah, the Church of Church.
Can I do a religion check?
The
If I can
general
vibe
purpose
check it?
religion church.
Can I vibe check the church?
Sure, roll me a religion.
How are its vibes?
Well,
Religious.
it's vibes. You feel religion, but then you look to then you look and there's a sign to your left that says "We welcome all faiths."
You're not
It's
very
got
good at reading
religious
the vibe.
vibes, guys.
You ain't very good at reading the vibe, but you
I've
can
connected the
tell
dots. You ain't connected shit. I've connected them.
So
I'm gonna go go into the church now. Goodbye.
You go
You'll
in.
never see me again.
as you go in, you see there's someone cleaning at the front, and there are a bunch of people sat around.
So not very lively in there, yeah?
It's not very lively at all.
I'm gonna go sit next to this first person.
Oh god, Art's gonna go make a scene.
I just lean over and be like, okay, it's okay, she's not dead.
Wait,
Just sit
no.
down.
Oh, dude, why didn't you just put her on like the plinth at the front? Just put her on the table, like.
In the chair, it's fine.
Okay, so what is me doing?
I have
There we
no
go.
idea.
That's
I'm
much better.
wondering.
I can see Aaron.
He's going on an adventure.
Did you just move the map again, or was that my screen spazzing out?
Your screen's passing out.
I just zoomed out and just like, what the fuck, Aaron?
Wait, what the fuck is Aaron doing?
Go look at the fire.
Oh, for the love of God.
Your boy making art.
I'm going to wander this way to the end of the road. Because this
Okay.
is a straight
Right.
road.
So you're walking while Ard is disturbing the guy that was just casually praying.
Not through the wall.
Oh, going down there now.
Is gonna go like near the front of the church and go pray on her own. We're in our eye line, of course, because you got to make sure you look after
Gotta keep an eye on.
your large dragonborn. No, Nia's looking after Arch. She's about to like
Okay.
check some nerves.
So we praying for anything in particular, or just general prayer?
Just that everyone's happy and having a good time. That Amara stops hitting her head off doors.
Fair.
Praying to protect Amara.
Yeah, pretty much. Just praying to protect Amara's head from doors. That's
Roll-
what it is.
Roll me another religion.
I turned left already. Let's turn left again.
Just I hope Amara's head's okay.
You know, it's really hard navigating.
Wait, is that the religion you just rolled?
No, I've not rolled anything, fam.
Roll me another religion. There we go. And how are we doing? Okay. So
23.
you sense a divine presence behind you. Anybody that's within eyesight sees Amara glow slightly, and then it fades. Amara will be protected. Amara will be protected from the next fail to get her through a door.
My God, it's got me.
Your prayer worked.
However,
Prayer was
however, we have one problem. She walked through a door to get into the church. Did she take damage getting in the church?
No.
Ard, do me a roll.
Who knows?
It's a religious door. The religious door would never hurt anyone.
The religious door didn't hurt. Well, no. That's another check.
Oh,
wait,
God.
That was a D.
Oh, that's a D2. That's a D2. Oh, I just panicked.
I thought you rolled a D4.
She gets through the door perfectly fine. Oh, and in all this time, oh, sorry, I forgot to say, Roger is with you guys. He's kind of just sat back here, chilling. In all this time, Me has managed to navigate his way back to the plaza.
I'm just gonna look really thoughtful for a minute. You know, as soon as I walked out of the alleyway, just like,
Okay, so how long are you roughly spending in the church here then?
A few hours just to like get them religious vibes.
Okay, so you guys are just going to be sat in the church for a few hours. By the point you leave,
Dad's gonna scare off like the next 7 people that try and sit next.
but
to
by
him.
the time you leave, Roger has wandered into the center of the well, actually, he's watching the fucking fire show. He about an hour into your few hours being there. Roger got up and went for a walk and caught sight of, again, probably Alistair doing his fire display. Which I'm assuming he's not stopping while people are watching. So, Aaron, do me another performance check.
Fuck yeah. Hold
Because by now, wherever Richard is, we'll check on in a minute, but by now it's been an hour for the guys in the church.
Aaron, have you just been getting progressively more artsy with this fucking fire?
Yeah.
I've been looking back.
Yeah, people stopped paying attention a little before Roger got there, because the art actually started getting shit.
You're very bad at your drawing. It's fine.
Okay, you're actually inside of. Oh Jesus!
What?
I zoomed over. You were inside.
Tapping arrows. I've been staying in the road mostly for this entire time.
Okay, so is me okay over here? He seems to be.
I don't know. He's been looking for stuff that's cool, and I mean he's been wandering around for hours now.
Right.
Apparently, so I don't know.
You've been
Found anything cool?
from the way you've wandered. You have found literally just housing. It's housing after housing after
Aaron,
housing.
are you making a fucking mojito?
Oh, that was me.
Okay.
I wasn't making a.
Are you making a fucking mojito?
No, this is Jim Beam.
You would have passed.
Ah,
So-
man, culture.
Richard, stop moving a second.
I kind of went.
Yeah, I know. You would have smelt about. On your. We're going to say you took a leisurely stroll. These people are gone by now. These people just stood here are gone. I'm going to delete those. I'll Actually, no. I'll just throw them down here for now.
Still in a building or something.
Good idea. We'll throw them all. Because these are just the random people that are going to random houses in this big oversized building here.
They're in random houses.
So you would have. You passed the apothecary. You passed the grocers. You also passed the smell of fish.
I had enough of fish for a lifetime.
And then you're just passing housing after housing on your leisurely stroll.
I don't know.
These are probably the people you've passed are probably just people strolling to or from home.
Literally, I'm just wandering around looking for anything cool. Because the place with religion-y things did not look very cool. It wasn't very lively.
No, there's just some praying, bro.
Yeah.
And
praying
art
wasn't very lively.
scaring people.
Oh wait, I can't remember. Did I put? I swear I. No. Oh, I did put a trinket store in this place.
Was it along my path?
No, you're just passing. Oh, right. I'm assuming you take in your hour walk.
Go to the end of the path and then go back in and then go a different way.
Okay, so
I've been wandering around. Since
Okay,
I don't know.
so the hour they spent in there, you wandered in this direction and back. You passed a general store, then you got to the edge of town where you found what seems to be post office labeled magpie messages. To which point you then walked back because you got to the edge of town. And unfortunately, every store you passed at this point is closed. So I can just. Do you want me to just yeet you into the middle?
Nah, I got this.
Because that would have been your hour walk. I'm going to zoom back in on this dome fire. To which point everybody is probably. Oh Jesus, yeah,
I don't know, if he doesn't know the
Most people are probably going to sleep by now or something.
yeah. Everybody's trying to sleep, but they can hear the roaring of the giant fire pit that he created. Because by now it's about 8 o'clock. People are settling down on the green, just having nice chats among themselves. So,
Work of art.
so you're spending a few hours in the church. So I'm assuming Ard's nodded off at the back of the church.
Yeah, but about halfway through, I'll kind of
So she's
and be like, so where's the harbs? Because this is a harbor, right?
yes. So you turn to the person next to you.
Harbour what?
Yeah, I'll ask him. Where's the harbs?
This
was a harbor.
This person that was apparently also here for an hour, or was just scared to ask the Dragonborn to move.
There's two ends to a pew, genius.
This one's
Just
against
get up and walk round.
This one's against the wall.
He's trapped.
He's not on the middle column. This church has 3 rows of pews. two that are against the wall, and then one right in the middle.
This one guy in particular.
And this guy is probably late 30s. Elf, you think it's a bit dark in here. It's dimly lit, and
Probably an elf.
it's probably an elf. It's just sat there, guy, praying to whatever god, and is kind of scared to go past to ask the Dragonborn to move.
Like, hello, mama, let me whisper in your ear.
They turn back and they go, nowhere will be open now, but it's actually not that far.
The Hobbs. The man doesn't bat an eye at it being called the Hobbs.
What's that roll for, Aaron?
I don't know. I don't care if anyone's watching. I'm keeping the performance going.
That's fine. You at this point, the houses on the edge closest to you, there's probably a kid or two in the window watching you play with fire.
Oh yeah, I'm setting a great example for children.
The guy.
It's fine to play with fire if you've got magic. It's fine.
Just gonna shuffle the people around in the church so it looks like more people came in and left.
Yeah, people came, people left.
Apart from that one guy, because fuck him.
That one guy was scared by the Dragonborn, but he goes, yeah, if you go outside, I've got to fucking reorientate myself now, considering I've got to go from the view of the door. So if you go outside, go to the left, and then follow the path to the right, you should get pretty close.
Good, but there's no need to swear. I'm gonna take my friend here and head off.
As
ESCs aren't going. She's not trusting him with a 10-foot barge pole. She's coming with.
So as you leave and you mention your friend, the elf on the same pew as you kind of goes, "Is she okay?"
Yeah, she's not dead. Just immediately
I
leave.
feel like Nia should.
That's
He's not dead yet. She's not dead yet. Don't worry.
very concerning. Okay.
Nia's gonna try and persuade him not to think. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Roll me a persuasion.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Seeing that you're a cleric and you're dressed as such, they look at you and go, "Okay, I'll take your word for it."
Always trust the cleric.
And
Nobody
then
expects the cleric inquisition.
they kind of walk out and leave.
Follow that man. He'll take us to the Hobbs.
He unfortunately went the opposite direction.
Well, he said take a left, so I guess.
You've got to go from the perspective of the door.
Oh yeah.
So as you leave the church,
As I leave the church, alright. I'll just kind of walk into this corner and then stare at the wall ahead, confused.
you stare at this random person's house that's next to the church. Where did I go now?
Now, what words did he say?
You know what? I'm gonna go find. Oh,
I'm gonna go find the others. You have fun finding the hearts.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Aaron!
what has he done? What has he done? What has he done? Oh Jesus! Well, anti-Jesus, I suppose.
Actually, no. Anti-Jesus would be if it was the other way around.
Well, I mean,
More pagan.
This is this is more the pagan-y symbol.
He's druiding now. It's fine.
So Nia's gonna go for a.
Just head back in the other direction. Okay,
Nia's
so
very concerned. Her idiot senses are tingling, and she knows. Right?
so
She
when you
fucking knows.
when you get there, you see what is me probably watching.
Why did you roll the D2 again?
You s-
Stop rolling a D2.
that's
Deciding whether to turn. Oh, he was deciding which way to turn. Flipping a coin for every turn.
Look, Art is not the hero we deserve, but he is damn well the hero we need.
Oh hey, look at that.
Oh wow!
Say what?
He's gonna do like a hot one and go,
Hey, Art, did you find the hearts you were looking for?
Are you at the harps? Cause if not, then no.
No, I'm at the green. Maybe you try the other way? Here, do you want to leave Amara with us?
So anyway, by the time you got round there, you noticed that Roger is just
Alistair summoned the Antichrist.
Ah,
Roger's just done.
no, Alice.
The people is done.
Rod-
Children are screaming.
Roger has his back to Alistair and is just lied chilling with a book on a bedroll.
No part in this.
Me's probably watching the fire.
He's watching the fire. It's
Me's
shining.
being used as one point of the pentagram.
And that, yeah, so you see that Roger has a semi makeshift camp setup. He hasn't bothered with a fire because there's one roaring behind him.
He's kind of gonna skip over with Ghost and be like, respectable distance to give Roger his space, and then like yeet her fucking camp shit down, I guess.
Right, Aaron, roll me an Arcana, please.
Oh, but then
If you he's gonna check if you accidentally summon a demon.
Okay. But
I
if
feel it in my
if
bones.
If I unclick, then it'll go away.
You have to
Roll.
unclick.
You gotta do it.
Roll me an Arcana, please.
Oh fuck. Okay, like Loki, I want a nat 20 this, but Loki, I really don't. Oh, thank fuck.
Luckily, it didn't spread too far, but you slightly lost control of the fire, burning burning a lot more of the surrounding area than you thought.
Wow,
Oh.
forehead.
What about like the magical genie dude that's
But at this point, when you lost control, the shape of it disappeared.
So all of your fire shapes are.
There is now just a really big burning fire that you're gonna have to put out before it spreads.
Ania's gonna kind of sense that her idiot friend has been a dumb bitch, and she's gonna create some water in like a circle around it to stop the dodgy crap.
It's not gonna.
Okay.
Anymore, but it's not getting any smaller.
Dude, I can just cast fucking control flames again and
Stop.
just extinguish it bit by
Just-
bit.
Just stop.
Just cut out.
I don't have to roll anything for control water. I don't or create water. I don't. It's fine. I just use the thing. I'll have a rest. Don't even worry about it. The fire is not gonna spread.
We're gonna make a little salt circle around the fire.
I've essentially made a soul circle around the fire. Fuck you and fuck your chicken strips. Now get in bed.
You've given the fire a moat.
Not really a moat, just damp. But
It
yes.
will be nice and toasty warm for everyone around.
Yeah. But it won't spread and burn everyone alive.
Which is good. Could just eat the dirt. Wait, no, I can do that.
I cast minor illusion in the flames to bring up like a mini Roger.
Mini Roger is now in the fire.
I'll just look at Roger and the mini Roger and be like, Roger, did you know you're in the fire?
Roger looks up, turns around, and then just looks back to his book.
Roger is just done.
I'm
Anymore.
continuing my mini Roger facade. The
Can
mini
we
Roger-
change the name to our Lord and Savior, Fearless Leader, and done with our shit, not the Acolyte?
Right, where did you want and done with our shit?
Yeah.
After Fearless Leader, but before Roger the Acolyte.
Yeah.
Can I? Nick. Can I?
Done.
Hey, Nick.
What?
Can I get my minor illusion to like? It's staying as an illusion, but can I like like make my little minor illusion cast divine smite. Obviously, it's an illusion; it doesn't actually cast it. But
Illusionary
it's,
divine smite.
yeah, illusionary divine smite on Roger. Mini Roger, illusionary divine smite on Roger.
A little fucking laser ball shoots out.
Okay. So he sees the light of the illusion, picks a random stone up from next to you, from next to him, and throws it at you.
Roll to hit, bitch.
I would like to assist Roger in rolling to hit.
Roger misses because Roger because Roger is done with your shit and really can't be asked to put up with you any longer. However, Roger also feels he may be stuck with you for some time.
Can I roll a check to catch that stone?
Roll me a dex.
Roger doesn't even know who you are. He's just done with
Just straight dex, no save.
Okay.
check.
You catch the stone. Not perfectly, you stumble a bit catching it, but you catch the stone.
You see, Roger, buddy, old pal, I'm starting to like you more and more. I toss the stone into the fire.
Okay. And with that...
Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh, no.
Hold on. Nia's gonna deadass pull out her prayer book. And say,
Alistair, can you come sit down before I have to read you 7 chapters if this is a bedtime story?
Get religion, boy.
Do I have to?
Did I stutter?
Nice.
Nia, Renee, roll me a religion.
and then can I roll an intimidation?
Roll fucking intimidation.
No. Just roll me a religion a second. Without having to open the cover, you start reciting the first chapter.
Off by heart. Word for word.
Roll that intimidation.
Yeah, now roll an intimidation.
With advantage because he's already.
Yeah, you can. You get advantage because you fucking aced the fucking. Yeah. 19.
What do I roll against that?
You don't.
You don't.
I roll my...
A con.
I roll my insight.
Insight. Yeah, there you go. Insight.
Inside's
My insight's not good.
Sharp.
Well, fuck.
You better go sit your ass down.
See, if he moves into the right spot, you guys are effectively forming a cross light on its side.
Don't worry about it.
What do you mean?
While I'm just here, while there's
Like, if you move to here, the gap in between you is a cross light down.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna dig
So you accidentally religioned.
Not really. You placed me there. Like,
Also, I rolled like a 22 on my religion, so
It hypnotized him
wasn't
into.
accidental.
It hypnotized him to walk into that spot.
Wait, guys, I just remembered that humans don't really like fire. And Ard is going to sprint at the illusionary Roger. And
I will literally protect Ard with my life.
Okay. Roll me a dex save.
okay.
I would give my life for Ard. My god, that's so good. Just humans don't like fire.
Okay, so you dive through the fire to try and grab the illusionary Roger, but you go straight through illusionary Roger and kind of roll.
But is illusionary Roger still there?
Illusionary Roger is still
Or did he fade
there.
away as he got smacked into?
No, yeah, they kind of fade away as you go through it, but you can still see the sort of shape of him, just slightly distorted. No,
I focus back to like make sure that it stays. Concentration for a bit.
Oh no, he's in
Nia's
now. He knows he can see see it's
You can see it's illusion.
No, wait. I can solve this. Rich, roll an intelligence.
Oh god.
is the new game show from Out Online.
It's not great, I can say.
I'm guessing it's gonna be worse than Nia's to hit rolls, so.
Yes, it is.
Ard does not know it's an illusion.
Alright, he'll double back and try and grab.
While Art's doing that, Nia's gonna take one hot step closer to Alistair and roll to hit him with the fucking God book.
That gets past his AC.
Oh, fuck.
Smacked with a
He takes unarmed strike damage.
Buddy, you sure about that?
It just hurts. It doesn't do anything.
And at this point, you don't even need to take the damage off because you're about to take a long rest.
By thine hand of God.
She does 0.
By thine hand of God.
And she's gonna smack him with the book and say,
Stop it! Get rid of it! He's gonna keep jumping!
Yeah, but it's
Renee!
so
Wait, no,
funny.
that's wrong page. I have like so many pages open right now. You do.
0 unarmed strike.
Yeah, you have no unarmed strike. You didn't even need to
oh,
roll.
hey, no, I have +1 on a hit DC. Fuck off. I just
That's
rolled
+1 to hit. You do no
Oh,
damage
fuck.
from an unarmed strike.
Rip. I just rolled to hit him with my mace. Better. I don't know, I feel like a book counts as a weapon.
I tell you what,
Hey,
I will
Bard,
make
get-
your Bible and
help
put it in
me-
your inventory for
help
next
me
time.
be human.
He is helping the mini.
Do another.
Intimidation part 2 electric.
Okay.
blueprint.
Okay. Dex roll number 2, please. Right, because you ran and charged, so you're on this side of the fire.
God.
Oh no, baby boy!
Okay. So despite
Be quippy!
despite being a dragonborn, you kind of land exactly where Illusionary Roger is, get really confused, and any clothes or armor you're wearing is either burning or heating up a lot.
He is now saging.
It's fine, I don't mind hot fires.
Don't worry, he's resistant to fire. It's fine.
Yeah.
Nick, I immediately dispel the minor illusion and I cast control flames to extinguish all the flames around him.
So there's just a ring of fire around Ard.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. He is the true prophet.
Fuck.
It's what I was going for
He's
all along.
not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy.
It's what I've been going for.
I want it on record, so what Ard
He
did
is now a donut of fire.
drop Amara, sprint at the fire.
I think I've just deleted Ard by accident. I'm not sure.
It's okay, the fire was gonna do it for you.
I'm gonna have to resurrect Ard.
Make a fire donut and bring Hud back.
I love how you kept just one part of the leg.
Leg.
You know, I've got a storage for those.
Don't make me hit you with the book again or read 7 chapters by heart.
I swear to God, I will grow.
God, guys.
It's better than your God. It's fine.
I don't know, my god actually stops Amara from getting smacked.
She's safe against the next smack. He'll still have to roll. She's just safe against the next smack.
The next time they fail, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Alright. Ard will look around and see the real Roger standing.
Well, lied reading a book.
Roger, I saved you, it's alright!
Yeah, exactly. It's okay, I saved you, Roger.
Roger looks at you and goes, may I ask from what?
Man's just done, I feel like he'd just give a thumbs up and keep reading, if I'm honest.
No, he hasn't took his head away from his book that much. He just kind of looks up, nods, and goes, from what? And goes back to his book.
The fire! You're safe, you're over there now.
Just with this time without moving his head, he just goes, what fire? I was never in a fire. I'm holding a book. I think I'd know if I was in a fire.
No, you're not
Sorry.
on fire, because I saved you. Here, let me come here.
You know in Frozen, when it's like, I'll be doing what Frozen things do in summer, and then it's just, somebody's gotta tell him, no! Stop fucking moving. Somebody's gotta tell him Roger wasn't in the fire.
Okay, so with that, y'all can take a fucking long rest,
Thank you. I need those spell slots back.
and we're gonna end the session there.
It's okay, I found a bird. I found a bird.
So, TT stream.
Bye, stream!
We'll talk to you next
This
time,
episode
guys.
was brought to you by Nog.